Hey guys, right here I have a 2016 Mercedes-Benz C-200 Estate SE Executive. And today I'm going to make a startup and full vehicle tour video of it, show you the features inside and out. So here is the key. Let's go ahead and start it up first. The 4th generation C-Class uses an electric rack and pinion power steering system. A leather-wrapped steering wheel with sport grips at 10 and 2 is standard on the SE trim. Transmission choices for the C200 includes either a 6-speed manual or Mercedes' 7G-tronic Plus 7-speed automatic. From 2017 onwards, the 7-speed automatic will be replaced by the 9G-tronic Plus 9-speed automatic. The automatic transmission is routed to the direct select gear lever on the right of the steering column. When in drive, manual shifting is available via the pedal shifters on the back of the top 2 steering wheel spokes. A reverse camera with active guidance signs is present throughout the C-Class range. The reverse camera does have 2 different views, and the brightness of the display can be adjusted as well. For the 2016 model year, on cars with the executive package, the C-Class comes with active parking assist automatic parking as well as front and rear parking sensors. The C-Class offers 5 driving modes selected using the dynamic select switch on the center console. Eco is designed to deliver the best fuel consumption, Comfort is the default mode, Sport and Sport Plus provides a more engaging drive, and Individual lets drivers adapt the steering, the engine, the auto start-stop feature, and the climate control settings to their preference. In terms of safety, the C-Class gets 7 airbags, anti-lock braking system with electronic brake force distribution and brake assist, electronic stability program, attention assist, collision prevention assist plus, adaptive brake lights, an alarm system with immobilizer, a tire pressure monitoring system, and ISOFIX child seat anchor points for the rear seats. Now, let's turn on the hazards, lights, rear fog light, take a look at the engine, and roll down the driver's side window. "17-inch 5 twin-spoke alloy rims wrapped in 225 50R17 tires comes as part of the executive package. The brakes are ventilated discs and solid discs front and rear respectively. The suspension comprises of multi-link setups front and rear. The 4th generation C-Class first debuted at the 2014 North American International Auto Show. Riding on the all-new modular rear-wheel drive architecture or MRA platform, the new C-Class is bigger yet lighter than its predecessor while offering better fuel efficiency. The styling of the latest C-Class is heavily influenced by its bigger brother, the W222 S-Class. 4 body styles are available for the 4th generation C-Class, and each of them have their own code name. There is the Saloon, the Estate, the Coupe, and the Cabriolet, which are also known as the W205, the S205, the C205, and the A205 respectively. Under the bonnet of this C-Class is a 2-litre, dual overhead cams, 16 valves, turbocharged inline-4 petrol engine with variable valve timing and direct injection. This engine produces 181 horsepower at 5500 RPM and 300 Nm of torque between 1200 and 4000 RPM. 0 to 62 miles per hour or 0 to 100 kilometers per hour is achieved in 7.5 seconds, while the top speed is 145 miles per hour or 233 kilometers per hour. With a 66-litre fuel tank, combined fuel consumption for the C200 Estate Automatic is 51.4 miles per gallon or 5.5 litres per 100 kilometers. On 17-inch wheels, the carbon dioxide emissions is 128 grams per kilometer. The C-Class is a rear-wheel drive vehicle. The S205 C-Class is offered in the UK with 3 diesel engines, 4 petrol engines, 1 petrol-electric plug-in hybrid engine, and 1 diesel-electric hybrid engine. Formatting all-wheel drive is optional on the C220D, the C250D, the C200, and the C43 engines. Depending on the engine, the trim levels available are SE, SE Executive Edition, Sport, and AMG line. Exterior features of the C-Class Estate SE Executive includes automatic manual leveling halogen reflector headlights, automatic wipers, LED daytime running lights, LED rear lights, LED rear fog light, LED rear number plate lights, front and rear parking sensors, body-colored door handles and side mirrors, indicators on the side mirrors, front grille with integrated star and twin slats painted in iridium silver, and chrome roof rails. You do have a bottle holder together with some storage down below, and right here you do have the button to open up the powered rear hatch. Right here you do have your mirror controls, window controls. All of the windows in this car are fully automatic in both directions, and you do have your window lock right here as well. And right here you do have your central locking buttons. Right here you do have your 3-stage heated seats for the driver, and right here you do have your speaker. To the right of the headlight switch, this lever allows you to adjust the brightness of the interior at night, while this lever allows you to adjust the level of the headlight. Right down here you do have your electronic parking brake. I'll show you how it works in a moment. Mercedes-Benz door sills for the front. And the driver's seat in this C-Class Estate SE Executive does get part electric and part manual adjustments. Your electric controls are right here, and they consist of your seat back lever. This one adjusts your seat height and seat inclination, and right here you do have your 4-way power lumbar support. In terms of your manual adjustments, you do have your manual thigh support, as well as your seat position adjustment via this lever right here. Alright. So let's go ahead and see how she revs. So as mentioned earlier on, this is the vehicle's electronic parking brake. It is currently engaged. To disengage it, put your foot on the brake and pull the lever out. To engage it, simply push the lever back in. This C-Class does have a dual-zone automatic climate control system with all of your controls located right down here. It is quite simple to use. The climate control display is shared with the infotainment display located right above. But back to the controls, from left to right, you do have your passenger side temperature, different modes, fan speed, automatic mode, front defrost. If we hit the menu button, you basically bring up the climate control menu full screen on the infotainment display. Right here, you do have your rear defrost. Sync means if you have it turned on, the driver's side will control the temperature for both sides, but if you turn it off, each side will have individual temperature controls. You also do have your recirculation button, air conditioning button, and lastly, your driver's side temperature. Down below, you do have your CD player. It is MP3 compatible, eject button for the CD player, and you also do have your shortcut buttons for your navigation, radio, media, telephone, and your car menu. Right here, you do have a couple of cup holders, a bit of storage, and a power outlet. Right here, you can turn off the vehicle's parking sensors. And right here, this button allows you to turn on or off the vehicle's automatic start-stop feature. If you do have the feature activated, the engine will momentarily shut off when you arrive at a stop, such as a traffic light or a traffic jam, to save that extra bit of petrol or diesel depending on what the car is running on. The SE Executive comes with the Audio 20 head unit and Garmin Map Pilot navigation. This system features a 7-inch high-resolution color display, various media connectivity options, SD card-based navigation, and 5 speakers for the sound system. The stock sound system available in the S205 C-Class does sound quite decent. The display right above is controlled using your set of controls located down the center console. You do have this knob that goes up, down, left, right, scrolls to left, scrolls to right, and clicks down for enter. Ahead of the knob, you do have your return and favorite buttons. Now this touchpad right above the knob actually works in the same way as the knob itself, so you can scroll up, scroll down, scroll left and right, and click down for enter. You also do have your return and favorite buttons, as well as your menu button. Now in traditional Mercedes command format, the system works in a 3-tier format, so you do have your main menus right above, sub-menus in the middle, and the options for the sub-menu down below. We are currently in your media menu. If we flick the touchpad down or flick the knob down, we can bring up your options, where you can select your Bluetooth audio device, play mode, adjust the volume, and activate or deactivate your traffic announcements. Hit return to go back, and next up we can play pause, select your device, and bring up your audio settings with your bass, treble, and mid-tones, and your balance and fader. Under media, we can select your different media options. You do have Bluetooth audio streaming, information on media, CD, memory card, and your various media interfaces. Under radio, we can access your FM AM menus. Under navigation, you obviously access your navigation menu, but since the navigation memory card is not inserted, that message pops up instead. Right here, we do have your telephone menu, where you can dial a number, look at your phone book, bring up options where you can call up contacts automatically, import contacts and all that. You can also connect the device, read your messages if available, and bring up your call lists. Right above, apart from your telephone, you can also access your internet menu and bring up information on telephone or internet. And lastly, your vehicle menu, where you can bring up your vehicle settings, your locks, lights, your dynamic select menu, consumption information, and you can also bring up your owner's manual. And lastly, you can set the time. Down below, you can bring up your system settings with your favorite functions, language, display, touchpad, activating Bluetooth and all that. You can also set the time down there and turn off the display. And that's about it. Central locking. On the steering wheel, the right spoke houses your volume controls, mute button, your on-hook off-hook buttons for the Bluetooth telephone system, and your voice control button. On the left spoke, you do have your up, down, OK, home and return buttons which control your multi-information display located within the instrument cluster. This button turns off your navigation guidance instructions. Now, if we use the up and down arrows, we can go through the different sub-menus, use the home button to go back to the main menu, then use the up and down arrows to go through the different main menus. Hit OK to select the particular option and hit return to go back to the previous menu. We are currently in your driving data menu with your digital speedometer, mileage and trip meter, range and instant fuel consumption, eco display, driving data since the last startup, and your driving data since the last reset. In these two menus, you can have your distance covered, average fuel consumption, average speed, and elapsed time. And back to your digital speedometer. Next up, we do have your navigation menu, radio menu, media menu, telephone menu, assistance graphics menu, and your service menu, and your settings menu. Under settings, you can set your assistance settings, instrument cluster settings, vehicle settings, and restoring the system back to factory settings. And that's about it. As mentioned earlier on, you do have your gear lever on the right stalk. On the top left stalk, you do have your indicator and wiper controls. And on the bottom left stalk, you do have your cruise control and speed limiter controls. The steering wheel in this car is tilt and telescopic. You adjust it using this lever right here. Front center armrest with storage down below. You do have a couple of USB ports running here as well. Manual dimming, rear view mirror. You do have your sunglass holder right up here. And right above you do have your interior lighting controls. You do have your reading lights below the rear view mirror. This one turns on the light at the back, and this one turns on this light right here. And right here you do have your SOS emergency buttons as well as your various vehicle assistance buttons. Sun visor for the driver's side does get a vanity mirror. And the driver does get a grip handle. Alright. So I guess that's it for the startup. We can turn it off right now. And continue with the rest of the tour. You do have your storage area and bottle holder down below with your window control right there and your speaker right there. The rear seats in this C-Class estate do fold down. They split 60-40 when folding, and to fold them down there are actually a couple of ways to do it. The first way is via the button right here, and the second way is via the buttons inside the cabin. Pull the button and the seat back automatically flips down. I did set the driver's seat to a position that I would feel comfortable in. I'm about 5'7", which is about 1.7 meters tall. There is not much room to stretch out my feet underneath the driver's seat. As for leg room, I do get about this much. And I do get about this much in terms of headroom. It is actually quite alright back here. It is not that cramped, but it is not that spacious either. You do get storage pockets on the front seat backs, storage right there, and more storage down below it. Rear center armrest with storage and a couple of cup holders. And you do get grip handles on the ceiling with hooks for both sides at the back. Electronic fuel flap, there are three ways to open up the standard powered rear hatch in the S205 C-Class estate. The first way is via the button on the key. The second way is via the button inside the cabin that I showed you earlier on. The third and final way is via a button right beneath the Mercedes-Benz badge on the rear hatch itself. With the rear seat backs in place, boot space in the S205 C-Class estate measures 490 litres. Fold the rear seat backs down and the boot space becomes 1510 litres. A cargo cover is standard, but it was not present in this car at the time of filming. On either side of the boot, you do have storage areas, hooks and lights. To the left of the boot is a power outlet, and under the boot floor is some storage. This C-Class estate is equipped with privacy glass for the rear windows and the rear windscreen. You do have adjustable headrests front and rear. You do have your storage down below together with your window control right there. Right here you do have your 3-stage heated seat for the front passenger side, and right here you do have a speaker. Like the driver's side, the front passenger seat does get part electric and part manual adjustments, with the same set of adjustments as found on the driver's side. You do have a storage pocket right down here as well. Lockable glove box. It is of a nice size. Grip handle for the front passenger. And the front passenger's sun visor does get a vanity mirror as well. Alright, so let's start it up with the door closed. Alright, so that's it for the startup and full vehicle tour video of this 2016 Mercedes-Benz C200 Estate SE Executive. Thanks for watching and goodbye.